What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of West Coast Popcast. We're back again with episode 149. I can't believe we're that high up in there. And your boys on this episode of this podcast, we're at 1,000 subscribers, man. A thousand. So good to see that, man. Very excited. Thank you all for the support, man. It's been almost 3 years of doing this channel, and we can't thank you enough for the support, for getting us to the 1,000 viewer marks, 1,000 subscriber mark. If you're new to the channel, if you're one of our new subs, man, I'll introduce you to our panel here. We have the made man, the provider, the man that knows all about comics galore, the guy who's been streaming Rampage for over a year now and contributing to over half of their viewership. That is Zach. How are you doing this week?
I'm good, and you just had half of the X-Men fans on the internet call bullshit on you, but I'm doing well, man. I'm doing all right.
Oh, man. That's all good. It's another week. And, of course, the CEO, the Infinity Champion, the leader of the Justice League. Move over Fabio the man. Move over Troy Polamalu. Eric is in the house. How you doing?
Good. A-okay. Thank you for the excellent intro, man.
As you guys can tell, we are a little late here, man. We do apologize for that. But we're going to get things kicked off right. We're going to jump right into it. We do apologize for the connection issues, but also if you're in the chat, let us know how we're sounding. Let us know for any audio issues, how the video's coming in. And also thanks, Zach, for this thumbnail going on here. We had the big moment, Sami and KO. We're going to get to that, of course. But starting off the weekly recap. Zach, how was Monday Night Raw?
New, how you doing? Glad you're with us, too. Monday Night Raw was fine. It's like they progressed enough storyline where they didn't want to progress anymore. So like stuff happened, but nothing happened, if you will. So basically the big build up for Omos and Brock happened as the size comparison, a little wonky getting Brock over the top. Don't know what they're doing with the Street Profits, but it's not teasing a breakup. I think it's teasing them getting stronger. Theory calling out both of them, and decent stuff to build them up for their tag stuff after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree with you in the Street Profits there. I want to see them get stronger. They're like the New Day to me. Don't break them up. I don't want to see the whole typical Dawkins turns on Montez and then just doesn't appear on TV forever, as we've seen that in the past. So keep them strong, keep them doing their own thing together. And I like that a lot.
Yeah. Elias versus Reed, Ray and Dom stuff, which you get more of that on SmackDown. Otis beats Seth. You see that?
I don't think Otis beats Seth.
Yeah,
I think
you're right.
Otis. I wasn't a fan of this, but honestly, it's kind of grown to me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm going to talk about the Maximum Male Model segment in News and Rumors because it pertains to Omos and something bigger with Omos Brock's storyline. But Seth actually beat him. Bianca fought Chelsea Green. Good showing from Chelsea Green too. She sold everything well, and Asuka came out. And then at the end, Solo beat Kevin Owens.
Yeah, so they brought him up he's had probably the best call for NXT in a long time, man. He's been hitting the ground running. Very solid matches here and there, and then being with the Bloodline. He's in the main event scene already. I don't know what they're doing with Bianca and Asuka. They have to get better with the builds here. And I love Triple H, but this is on him to like stop doing these copy and paste builds to a significant match at Mania.
Yeah, what do you think they should do? Because Asuka doesn't really do American promos, and they're both kind of faces. Any suggestions in the chat? Let us know. We got 2 more weeks of this, so.
Well, besides Asuka like bleeding from the mouth with different colors, I would have thought we could have just turned up the notch on the heel work with her. Who was it in AEW where we had like Abaddon? Oh, it was Hikaru Shida. Abaddon was scaring her. I think we could do something just a little more, like just change it up a bit.
I think so too, and honestly, they should do some backstage stuff with Asuka where she doesn't speak, and there's more you can do than just this in-ring stuff. And oh man, I'm really sick of people pointing at the sign, but
yeah, just you can tune up they're playing patty cake with the title there. You can tune up the darkness element there with Asuka a bit here with this character. Like you said, more backstage segments might work.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you have anything that we should do, or I'm fucking in charge of WWE here. That WWE should do with Asuka and Bianca to build up. We know it's going to be a good match, but the build up needs to get there. It's reminding me of Forbidden Door, which we'll touch on later. Like, not great build up, but man, that fucking pay per view is great.
Yeah, pay per view is amazing. We got Fat Laces in the chat, man. What's up? Oscar needs a mouthpiece, and that's something that could work. Do you have any suggestions? I don't know who would fit properly there. They tried to do Paige a while ago, which I thought was just a bad pairing.
Yeah. And if you want to talk with Eric, he's having some connections issues. He is in the chat. The ghost of Eric is here. He's so busy. He's got some stuff going on. He's making money on the sides. He is the official CEO. We'll touch
I
on
gotta
the
tell you,
phony one later on.
I gotta tell you, this keeps happening. Last time Eric grew his hair out, the world shut down. So he's doing this. Now he's having Wi-Fi issues. Listen, coincidence? I don't know.
Mr. Alpar, thanks for joining. Fat Laces, of course, always great to have you in here. How about do a brawl? Again, that's something you kind of do at a go-home show.
Yeah, definitely. That's like a go-home show. I thought Impact back in the day. I see the till in the chat. Impact back in the day used to do really good brawls, and they built it up nicely. Definitely a go-home show type thing. I don't want to see another repeat of the whole Ronda, Becky, Charlotte thing, but there's some room to do something there.
Yeah. I like that idea too. And LA Knight keeps losing, but it doesn't make a difference. He's got that Seth Rollins touch on him.
He does. As long as he's on the main the WrestleMania card this year, I think he's got his justice on the main roster so far. He's being put in good spot. Besides the Bray Wyatt stuff, which he did his best with. This match with Cody, I know Cody wanted this match for him. He likes him a lot, so I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, last thing I want to touch on before we go to NXT, they released the Rhea Ripley Stranger Things Goes Hollywood thing. Very cool. They had some jackass voicing it over, but that doesn't matter. But Rhea Ripley really sold it. It looked like a promo for her. Just at the very end, when they pulled out the table, it was so slow. Like she did the thing, the 11 thing, and then the table just came out. Oops, sorry. Let me just get that in front of you. Let me get that can there that represents Charlotte. It was so slow. It just kind of threw it off.
Yeah, we could have definitely worked with that in post. I don't know what they was doing. He had time to develop this one, but okay. It's all good.
Yeah. And let's look at this now. Let's get for news and rumors. But who do you think Bobby should go with now? They are still kind of planning Bray Wyatt, so he has some kind of thing going on. But also, Arn Anderson's kid died, and I know that whole family was close, so he's got a few things going on. So I think they're going to wait until this week to figure it out.
The whole Bray Wyatt thing just wasn't working for me, anyways, and it's kind of too late to kind of rekindle that fire, or it wasn't even a fire to begin with. So I said, I think 2 episodes ago, put Bobby. Just insert him with Brock and Omos. I would be completely fine with that. I think that's the best thing for him. I would hate to see Bobby miss this. Or if you really want to do something, you have 2 former TNA World Champions, Bobby Lashley and LA Knight. Let them have a match on the card. They'll tear it up.
I'd take that. I like that. All right, let's move on to NXT. Did you catch it, Knock?
I actually did catch a little bit. I got a little something for news and rumors when we get to it for NXT. But what happened here? My boy Dragon Lee is finally on the show. Mm-hmm. Very excited to see him because we all seen him in AEW. He's been in New Japan. He's been killing it. I think he's going to bring a different flair. If I was them, I'd put him straight for the North American Championship. Get him built up for a feud with Wesley because they will tear the house down.
I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah, and it just makes perfect sense. We had Sol Ruka versus Zoe Stark, which was a really good match. Zoe Stark's been really healing it up online, just calling out everybody. And this had a really good finish. The whole springboard into her, flipping CM Punk GTS, not GTS, Kenta GTS, if you will. I forget what she calls it, but it's a really good finish.
Yeah, I really like it. She's finding different ways to do it too. So it's not just the same old way.
And that's what works too. That's what really works.
Yeah. Waller beat up Gargano in front of his kid.
Yeah. Again, I still don't like Grayson Waller, but he gets it. He knows what he's doing. I just don't like the guy, which I guess it's working.
Yeah. Apollo and Dabak, I forget how to pronounce his name, but Aziz, and they had this match wasn't crisp, but it worked. It surprisingly worked really well. I'm glad they just put it on a regular NXT and didn't try to build this up because it worked.
I am too. It's just crazy to think this whole pairing started at WrestleMania and they beat Big E for the IC championship, and now we're having the resolution on NXT years later.
Yeah. All right, Fat Laces, you enjoyed his hair so much. He had to come back. From Head and Shoulders, the CEO is back with us here.
Let's hope I stay this time. Let's see.
Let us know if Eric's coming in clearly there.
Yeah,
clearly.
And Eric, did you check out the biggest thing to happen on NXT in a long time since his debut? Actually, the biggest thing.
Oh, did Scripps come back?
Thank you. Yes, finally someone gets
Oh,
it.
man,
Scripps
I
is
forgot
back.
about that guy.
No, a promo and on screen. That's how much they're pushing him.
It's just-
Did he really come back?
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
I still don't believe this. Actually,
Yeah, okay. I'll take it. That's how you move the needle.
They had a
just
promo.
repackage the guy.
They gave a promo like they're going to,
Yeah.
and then he came out in the exact same outfit. So they gave a
Absolutely
promo like he was going to throw
not.
it away, and whatever.
I got one for you guys in the chat. This is a dream match for Eric, but a nightmare for me. Scripps versus Slim J.
Oh. Oh.
Just nonsense.
Stand and deliver, baby.
Wait, how much I love that.
All right, last thing on NXT, the women's matches are building towards a qualifying match for the women's title, actually. So is anything going on with Roxy, or is it just storyline?
Okay, so here's the thing with that was I was gonna say for news and rumors, I can say it here. I think it's legit. They're gonna build for another ladder match. They're playing it by ear, but they are looking to have another champion because there's something going on with Roxanne. They didn't specify, but the whole Shawn Michaels storyline was to write her off TV for a little bit because something actually is going on.
Yeah. See, Fat Laces agrees, but I hope Roxy's okay. They are doing.
I mean, if Scripps has to carry a match because Slim J can't go, that's not a banger.
Slim J can go any day of the week. All right, Slim J can go so fast. I'm pretty sure he's got the Speed Force in him.
He's got some other force in him, but that's another point.
Damn straight.
If you guys do know about Slim J back in the day, let me know because to me, I just think he's a bum. I don't think he could go, but maybe I'm missing something.
What did you say?
So brother me up, brother. Let me know.
Eric, Mr. Alpar wants to know what you use.
One that I use. What I use is fantastic. It's a hairline from the Justice League Inc. We've got a hairline. We've got a music label. Justice League Inc. is doing so many things. Diversify your bonds, as the Wu-Tang Clan told you.
Knock anything else from my next team?
I guess not. I think we go around with that. Go on with that one.
All right. Now, why don't you tell us about Dynamite? Eric, chime in on whatever you thought was good on this. Here's all the matches, the graphic that they have up here.
Shout out to Zach for putting these graphics together too. This is really good stuff, man. Really good work here.
In
Last minute,
like 10 minutes, record time. It's be a week.
So this was AEW Dynamite in Winnipeg, Canada. They're gonna have a Canada tour the entire summer, which includes Forbidden Door. And hey, I have a passport, man. Forbidden Door is looking nice. But on to this. Stu Grayson returns for AEW, and I tweeted it out when it happened. I said, "Hey, Tony Khan, man, listen, you want to do something here? You got to re-sign this Stu Grayson guy. He's got something." And he tore the house down. I would love to see one day Stu Grayson versus Claudio Castagnoli. I think they would kill it. But Blackpool Combat Club versus Hangman Page, the Dark Order, really solid match.
The best Kratos to ever exist, including the video game.
You can't be the best. You can't be better than the Kratos in the video game. That's the Kratos that debut. That's the Kratos.
You guys are debating about stuff, and Mr. Allpower doesn't like. He likes the Old Spice Eric voice from last week.
Well, hello there.
Oh man. What else we had here? So actually, here's another thing I was gonna say from news and rumors, but we have the Outcasts here giving a promo that's just tearing the crowd to shreds. And I actually heard Saraya got fined legitimately for these for this promo.
She didn't. I don't get it because I hear it on other television programs. We're going to talk about Bravo in a second here, but I hear it on there a lot.
That.
Right.
And I have to go straight for the jugular here. I have to ask Zach his opinion. You know what's coming on QT TV.
Yeah, that was a funny promo. Fat Laces and knock. QT TV. When was last time TMZ was super relevant? I'm gonna say right here. I really don't see the TMZ tours that as often as usual here, and they're building on Hollywood Boulevard that they had for it is something else now. Why is this like a thing? Why did he think this was? And he even when he came back at Raj yesterday or last week, he even said like, "You don't even know what's coming up. Like you don't even know the full storytelling. This is it."
What did you? Were you expecting ground? I like QT as a person, but like QT versus Big Show was proof to me of what we get when QT is involved.
I forgot that even happened.
Yeah,
I wish him the best in life, but I don't need to see him on TV.
It was a little dated for me. Like it kind of worked. I don't hate it. I'll give it like a few more chances, but when you have something like the waiting room that stopped being used for a nice
Yeah,
wrestler segment, I don't think this was it. I just my whole thing too was I don't think Powerhouse Hobbs fits.
he doesn't. That's the big thing. If you're gonna do this, you have all your goofy people on there. Hobbs does not fit this at all, especially with all the promo stuff leading up to his match with Wardlow. And
Yeah,
I'll take random Hobbs versus Keith Lee in 7 rather than this QT
yeah,
stuff.
that should be pretty cool.
it would, and you already have storyline to build off of last year with their whole Swerve in Our Glory versus not Keith Lee versus Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks.
Yeah,
Yeah. They took a dig at Batista and a bunch of other
Yeah.
WWE jabs too. So it's like low hanging fruit under low hanging fruit.
It's
yeah,
a thing. Like they've been doing this for years. I think we gotta find something else to get the crowd going. We can't keep using these references.
yeah. It's a cheap pop. Just be better.
It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Whatever.
Eric, did you guys catch the rebar mitzvah? MJF out here.
I didn't, but I got notifications that is this where every pillar came out and like a face to face.
This man came out just with looking like Flair in the 80s and 90s, man. MJF came out there with the belt. He had some shades on, and when he took his shades off with the pillar, man, you can see his eyes look fucked up.
That's bogus.
Yeah.
He took a picture like yesterday of the car with him like looking even worse than they did on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Come on.
I thought it was a good segment. I thought it worked. I thought it was a really good start to Dynamite, actually.
I love this segment. This is a segment of the week for me.
Oh, okay. I've never heard you say that with MJF.
True. It's a big copy and paste. What worked for you this week then with MJF?
Everyone else coming out and they made MJF look goofy, not like how the internet perceives him as a heel, because that's what I see when I see MJF, and that's fine. It's wrestling. No one's supposed to come out here seeming like whatever. But it was good. It brought 3 new people into the title picture, which was a nice reset after this last pay-per-view. MJF did great stuff. I know the internet didn't like it, but when he said the stuff about Jews being the chosen people were bitching that he brought religion into that. That was more the MJF that I expected. And it is like, I don't know. How he handled the bar mitzvah, the rebar mitzvah, I thought was best MJF we've seen in a long, long, long time.
Yeah. And real quick, it really shows me like he plays off of people so well. When they brought Darby in, they brought Sami and Jungle Boy. He just bounces off them so well with the jabs they were doing. Like, he wasn't taking himself too seriously. Like you can tell, like character wise, he was, but like himself being the character, he was playing off it so well. I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people who complain that they brought religion into wrestling, what did you think was going to happen at the rebar mitzvah?
Yeah, pretty much.
You should know what you're getting there.
I'm glad Zilla brought that one up. Yeah, Darby, he bringing up wrestlers complaining on social media. That felt like it was a little personal. It felt like he was talking from the heart when he said that stuff. He was taking some shots. He had someone in mind when he said that, for sure.
I wonder who. Would AEW book a #1 contenders match? How would you build up the title scene? How would you
4-way at the next pay-per-view? There's not that much time. We saw how bad they were building this last pay-per-view. Just book it right now. It's a 4-way. It's the pillars match for the belt. That's a draw.
Yeah,
it's definitely a draw, man, and it's cool to see it. Like I think exactly 4 years after the first Double or Nothing, you see all these guys come together. And one thing MJF did say, he was like, "Oh well, Darby, all you guys had babysitters. Darby had Sting, Jungle Boy had Christian Cage, and who's the other one? Sammy Guevara has Chris Jericho. But if you didn't forget, MJF, you had Cody Rhodes. It was a short-lived time on Dynamite, but through the Indies, through BTE, MJF stole a lot of shit from Cody. When Cody was the Ring of Honor World Champion, what was he using to win matches? That diamond ring. Sound familiar? MJF, you had a babysitter too, my guy.
You don't talk about Cody on Wednesdays.
Hey, Cody admitted to watching stuff illegally, so we can do whatever we want.
I'm going to get into that in a second here. I just want to bring up SCW in the chat. Thank you for joining. He just put up a great Impact video that you can catch. He put that up today. We'll go into that.
SCW, man. Shout out to you, Steve, doing the people's work. I appreciate you supporting Impact Wrestling, unlike some people on this podcast, on my own show.
I got bad news for you because I forgot the Impact slide today.
Yes, it's not happening this week.
This is a travesty.
End the show
right if now. You don't have the slide, you don't have the show. Come back next week for Impact. Actually, don't come back at all. If you watch Impact, bring us back down to 999. Unsubscribe. Okay. I don't want you here.
Let's take a look at this graphic real quick here. Let's take a look at this graphic because we have Orange Cassidy taking on the founder of TNA,
Disgusting.
Jeff Jarrett.
This Double poor J. homeless man.
I'm gonna put something for you, Eric. Jeff Jarrett has already had a better run in AEW than at least 80% of the wrestlers there.
Jeff Jarrett looks like a leather suitcase left out in the sun for 3 months, and then you brought it back inside, put some baby oil on it, and then threw it back outside.
Don't worry, until we will have Impact Wrestling talk on here, so everyone stick around. It's coming up after Dynamite. But
disgusting.
I mean, even though the founder of TNA lost, he had a great match, and he still put on great bangers of matches at this current point in his career, which is absurd.
Founder of TNA lost when he found TNA.
Well, hey, guess what? Hey, Zach, AEW had another big surprise debut, and guess who it was, and guess where she came from?
Yeah, guess where she ran from? Guess where she said, guys, I got the shackles removed. She was wading in the water to make it to AEW.
Actually, to be honest, she kind of just did that with 3 promotions by doing this, but I still love her.
Taya Valkyrie made her debut for AEW in Winnipeg in Canada. Really good stuff here. Oh, so actually, this is what I want to talk about. So Jade Cargill had her match with what was it, Nicole Matthews? You guys might not know her. She's been in the Indies with Shimmer for years. I know she got beat in like 2 seconds, but it was a thing back in the day for the first Mae Young Classic tournament. She was one of the big veterans coming in. She was a heel. She had a few matches there, and she was trying to make a name for herself. But then she had visa issues and ended up having she did something where she got kicked out of the country, I think, so she go back to Canada. And you haven't heard from her since. She was banned from coming to America for a few years. It was it got kind of messy. So it was cool to see her get that spotlight on a televised American platform, even though it was in Canada.
It was a flashlight, not a spotlight, but
flashlight. Yeah, put a little flashlight on there, just because it was a crazy way to go out. Jade Cargill gets the win in 2 seconds, but we have the debut of Taya Valkyrie.
I love how back in the day for you was 2017.
Bro, I mean, I'm telling you, the pandemic, man, it's accelerated things so much. I don't even know what year it is anymore.
Steve, we appreciate that. He's ready for Impact once we get done with this.
No,
I'm about to go off. And hey, listen, Eric's gonna sit here, man.
No Impact.
Steve, man, we're trying our best to get Eric to watch Impact, to get him to subscribe to Impact Plus, to see what he's missing out on. I've told him about the Knockouts division. I told him about AJ Styles versus Kurt Angle, Amazing Red, Awesome Kong, Gail Kim. I told him about all these classics. And then you got current day. There's so much history. I tell these guys every week, wherever you look, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, AEW, NXT, there's an Impact star shining.
Since we're on a time crunch, I just wanted to touch this really quick. We had this stuff with MJF talking about the 3 other daddies. Bill Goldberg says he is owed stuff in WWE. He's about to get pretty much future endeavored by them.
Really?
I think that could be a 4-way tag team match if he comes in and he's like MJF's older guy.
God, no, please. I can't take it in AEW.
But isn't that a nice heel move? Bring in someone who wrestling fans like AEW hate?
That'd be hilarious, actually. I think you're onto something. I think you're onto something there, man.
I think it would be the cheap heat, though. I couldn't enjoy it.
Well, imagine we down the line we get someone like a Keith Lee versus Goldberg to send him back and send him on his way.
Just don't want Goldberg wrestling.
He has to give the rub to somebody.
He won't do that.
He gives the rub to the door. All right, he knocks his. He let a door beat his ass. He's fine.
Oh man,
Attila, I swear, I don't want to get monetized that way. I don't want that kind of money. I don't want that kind of money.
That's wonderful money, man. You can't get money like that anywhere else. I'm all for that.
Am I on the Truman Show?
Super chat, and let's get Eric to watch Impact. We're gonna have a 24-hour live stream of Eric watching Impact Wrestling.
This shit is the Truman Show. I am being forced. This whole show is determined to torture me because Impact Wrestling. You know what? We're on a time crunch. The amount of hate I have for Impact can't be contained. Just go ahead.
I want to point something out because since we started talking about Impact Wrestling more on the podcast, Eric's hair has never looked better. I think it's doing wonders for the guy.
I'm about to rip this out.
It's not. Laughter doesn't do you justice. It's Impact Wrestling. Really quick. AEW was what it was if you saw it. So let me just get to this really quick. This is coming Wednesday. Are you excited? I know people were ripping on Tony for saying this is a dream match, but I mean,
so here's the thing where I don't get who's ripping on Tony.
Right.
Guess you want to know who it was?
Who
was it last week? Who was it last week?
Oh man, same old. Here's my thing. I know who Vikingo is. El Hijo de Figure. Actually, I got a quick story for you guys. As some of you guys might know, I do stunts here in LA, and one of the places I go, Eric's gone with me through, is called this Tempest Free Running Academy, where you do like all this parkour stuff, gymnastic stuff, right? So I'm over there working on my thing, and I look to the right of me. I see this dude, like he looks pretty big, he's pretty jacked. He's got a mask on, but he's doing like some flips. He's working on his kicks and stuff. And he comes up to me and says, "Hey, man, some nice flips you're doing." And I'm like, this dude sounds familiar. And it turned out to be John Morrison. So at the end of our workout, we're going to our cars. He's just chopping it up, talking about some stuff. And he tells me he has a match coming up. Yeah, I have this match coming up, on Sunday. I have to go to Mexico, and I'm fighting this young guy, I'm a little nervous because he might wear me out. He might be a little too quick for me. I'm like, oh, okay. And the way he was talking about it was like such a casual thing. Like, oh yeah, just a little match over here I'm working on. We're already working on a spot. He showed me the spot they worked on too. And I talked to him and he's like, oh yeah, it's El Hijo del Vikingo. I'm like, bro, what? Yeah, that's not just a random dude. That's not a regular match. What do you mean? This dude is like insane. He's not human. He walks on the ropes like he's walking on. Oh man. So like that's just a quick little story. But this guy is amazing. And I can't wait to see him on Dynamite because if you see all these clips on the internet, circling the internet, this guy's insane.
He is. Get ready. Him and Dragon Lee were my two biggest free agents that I think any place would be very, very lucky to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was supposed to be on AEW already by now. He's supposed to fight Kenny last year, but the injuries kept Kenny out. And then he's supposed to be in that Face of the Revolution ladder match, but I think something happened with the visa or something, so they went with Commander, another guy who walks on ropes like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
Fat Laces, that match, I talked to John Morrison. This must have been like April of last year, so this match already happened. It should be out there by now.
And he remembers Vikingo years ago in Impact.
I can't remember which AAA Mania it was, but he won the championship like fail 4-way, and that match was amazing.
Yeah.
Penta and somebody else, a couple other people.
Man, all the guys, probably Dragon Lee up in there, man, doing some stuff.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't get the hate for this match. I mean, come on.
No, it's gonna be so good. I honestly, like I was saying on Rampage, buy out the commercial time. Do not take any commercial breaks on Dynamite with this. No. Not one commercial break, not picture in picture. This match is gonna be something special.
Yeah.
Actually, the real you gotta ruin it for me because you know it's gonna have picture in picture.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the chats. Before we get to the real main event of the evening, Eric, I know you put a poll out this week. Did we get the results in the poll from this week and last week?
I have the one about the New Day. I asked you guys if you had to room with a member of the New Day in a studio apartment, who would you pick? Zach, who would you room with? Who's your roommate?
Woods. That video game collection is awesome.
That's what everybody's saying.
Then part of me wants to like borrow the whey protein from Big E.
That's true.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have said Xavier Woods too, just because he's a gamer, man. Like I'm gonna be gaming all the time together. We can work out together, do some music. He has a YouTube channel, man. Like it would be like a content house in there. Big E and Kofi are cool, but Xavier is the rock star here.
Yeah.
I'm picking Big E because I'm never lifting a damn thing in that place. He's moving all that furniture. But the results say 57% want Xavier Woods, 33% want Big E, and 10% want Kofi. Y'all keep forgetting Kofi Kingston's a gamer too.
I feel bad for
Are all 20 of his kids that are going to be living with you gamers too?
Yeah. And the miss.
That sounds good. Xavier Woods is a bachelor, so it might be a little like living with the guy.
Oh, there you go.
Fair enough. But yeah, keep an eye out for our polls to give your voice and be a part of the show.
Yes, sir. We got a few more coming this week. I was telling the guys in the pre-show I want to start a top 10. So they'll include you guys in the chats. I might put a poll out probably like every Thursday after Impact or after maybe Saturdays to get all the shows in. And we're going to do a top 10, a West Coast pop 10 of the week. And we're going to have it on every podcast going forward. So I'm going to get that going starting next week. So keep an eye out for that.
All right, let's get into Impact. What is once and always is that Impact thing? Either way, Knock, you are in charge of the Impact talk right now. Since I don't have a graphic, we'll just put up the thumbnail.
All right. I'm getting real sick and tired, guys, of disrespecting Impact every week because we can't get a graphic. Eric uses the old graphic, but we're going to keep improving. Impact can't die. It's hard to kill, like they say. We got a whole lot coming up, man. No surrender. Eric, what's that, Eric? Don't pay any mind to Eric's background. But we have Rebellion coming up. We have Impact, the Multiverse with New Japan, which I wanted to get tickets for because it's close to me, but it's already sold out. I was kind of pissed about that, but it's okay. Big match here. We have Jonathan Gresham teaming with Mike Bailey. They took on Crazy Steve and Black Taurus. Really good match. I hope to see Gresham and Bailey team together more because I think they're really good and it can build more storylines. I can see them go for the tag team belts, which would be really cool against the Bullet Club. Speaking of tag teams, the Coven, former AEW Dark Elevation, Mission Pro Wrestling standout. She's in CCW as well. Kylan King, the King, in like her second appearance on Impact, is already champion with Taylor Wilde, a former TNA Knockouts tag team champion, former TNA Knockouts champion who beat Awesome Kong back in the day. And if you guys checked out what happened after Winnipeg on AEW, Tony Khan announced he signed Sarah Stock, who you guys might know as Sarita from TNA Impact. She was a former tag team champion. She was the first ever TNA Knockouts tag team champion with Taylor Wilde. A little fun fact for you guys. And Taylor Wilde is now tag team with Kylan King as they took out Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary in Taya Valkyrie's last match for the promotion, sadly. What else you got here? We have a little tune-up match for our guy Steve Macklin as he took on Heath Slater. Solid match. They teased Heath winning. He had like a little spine buster on him, but the KIA in the corner, which I think is one of the coolest spear variations by Steve Macklin, gets the job done, and he's looking strong. He dissed Josh Alexander. He said Josh Alexander's teaming with Kazarian and Rich Swann to take on Time Machine at the Multiverses match. He dissed him, saying you're only teaming with them because they're not a threat to you anymore, but I'm a threat. I'm coming for that belt. And I think he might get the job done. I think Steve Macklin gets the victory. We also had, so Eric likes to hate on Impact, but Eric, if you want to come back to the screen, man, we all know that you were watching Impact this week. This man was watching Impact. Guess who Santino Marella brought in? What friend did Santino Marella debut for Impact this week?
You see what fucking Impact does?
Oh man,
Doc, I can't even call him a friend of Santino because no friend. What friend? First of all, I can't even call y'all friends because y'all try to make me watch Impact. But then, what friend would bring you into Impact? Why would he bring Vladimir Kozlov, the greatest Russian wrestler in all of professional wrestling, from the WWE, the land of professional wrestling, the land where Jeff Jarrett was such a bum he couldn't hang. The man couldn't hang if he had spider powers.
Jeff Jarrett is a former Intercontinental champion.
Yeah, a former Intercontinental champion who couldn't hang. Why would he bring Vladimir Kozlov to this hellhole?
Wait a minute. Jeff Jarrett is a Hall of Famer.
You know who else is a Hall of Famer? You know who else, Knock? Is Drew Carey? Is Drew Carey a Hall of Fame? There's a bunch of Hall of Famers in that Hall of Famer who don't deserve it.
Listen, I heard he tips $100 for tips, hey man. So
I heard he tips $100, waits till the waiter leaves, and then he robs them afterwards.
Oh man,
Doc, I got a story to tell you. Actually, I took my girl out to dinner this past week. We went out to this fine star. I looked on Google for a Michelin star restaurant. It was beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry. Right, that's his heaven name, Santino Marella. Here is just what is it, Sam Marino? I don't care. Anyway, went to this restaurant, and I got this steak. I said I wanted it well done. I didn't want any blood on that. I got it back. The thing was still mooing. I go in the back there. I say I want to speak to the damn chef. No, you know who I flipping saw? I saw Jeff Jarrett's raggedy leather-looking ass putting salt on everything.
The hardest.
That's what he does. Put salt on wrestling and thinks it's good.
Hey, that's the Jeff Jarrett's new salt baby.
Oh man.
Damn.
Starting next Monday, 12 straight days of professional wrestling. That is right. Next week, we'll have the full list of stuff going on next week for WrestleMania week. And
don't forget, we will be at WrestleMania. We'll have some coverage for you guys from WrestleMania here in LA. We're very excited for that. And thank you all for being in the chat, man. Thanks for jumping in. Really appreciate all the support. I see Detil in the chat talking about Power Rangers. I did see that, man. Once and Always is coming up. I'm going to jump back into Power Rangers for that, man. I'm excited. I'll piggyback off that since we're in the news and rumors. Legend of the White Dragon is going to be September 4th this year. That is, that's, I can't remember what it's about. I'm trying to think of what it's about. I just saw the post this week. So if you know what it's about, to let us know. But that movie is coming out on September. So Jason David Frank's last movie. Oh, man. Yeah, I definitely got to check that one out. I'm trying first. Attila says, "Are you going to any shows besides Mania?" I'm trying to go to the Super Card of Honor. I'm still debating how that's going to work. There's got a lot going on that day, and the seats. They're not. There's a lot of seats that I wanted to kind of sold out, but I might go to that one. That one's close to me too, as well.
Nice.
I think that's it for Impact Wrestling talk. But we didn't get the Friday Night SmackDown. Oh yes, you got another chat right here. Sami, Zayn, and KO, man. Friday Night SmackDown pretty much stole the show. Jey Uso as well might deserve an Emmy. But Zach, how'd you feel about SmackDown?
I thought it was good. I felt it was a faster paced version of Raw, where stuff happened, but nothing happened until you got to the end. So I'm totally fine with it. I love the pacing of this, and this got a huge pop. I thought they're going to play this out for another week or so, and I think the crowd thought that as well. So well done with this storyline. And we've been talking about it for weeks. They should be nominating people in this storyline for Emmys, especially Jey Uso.
Yeah, and I'm glad they did it this week because now we still have time to still build that match. I don't want it to be like a last minute decision for the match. We know what's going to happen. Just build it up nights. And I hate to throw it out there, but the best friends never got a pop like this one.
No, they didn't, and they never will.
Oh man, but this was genuine. This was organic, and when you think about the history these two guys have together, it is insane. And to build up to this, which again, I don't think this was the plan. I don't think they planned for this to happen. And it just happened so naturally. It's beautiful to watch, man. It's really special to see in pro wrestling.
Yeah, a big fan of the segment at the end. Just what a nice, huge exclamation point to the show. And Attila pointing out, Master Morpher is JDF's final project.
Okay.
And Hasbro wanted to release the White Morpher, but JDF told them they should release the Master Morpher. Got a lot of information on that to tell. Good stuff, though. Good stuff.
Man, that one still gets me, man. I still love Power Rangers, man. And I was lucky enough to meet Jason David Frank a few years ago for the Power Rangers movie premiere.
That's cool.
It was at UCLA, the Westwood Theater, so it was cool to meet him. He was a really nice guy.
Oh yeah, he's a cool dude. I think he even did some wrestling stuff with that cosplay wrestling promotion.
Yeah. Do you want to touch on that one? You mentioned the Miami one.
Oh yeah. If any of you guys live in Florida, I think Florida SuperCon is actually coming up like 2-3 months. I might go back to Florida just for that. But every now and then they have a wrestling promotion where they're all in cosplay, and it's amazing. You get to see Link versus Waluigi, and it's all amazing. My dream is just wrestle one match for that promotion. Don't care what character it is. I just want to be a part of that so bad.
That's fucking cool. All right, other SmackDown stuff. Dom and Mami versus Santos and Zelina. I like this match a lot. I like that they're doing more intergender stuff.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of it.
They got to keep it up, man. It's really cool. And I know people have been calling for them to bring back the mixed match challenge. I'm all for that as well.
If they do, Johnny and Candice have to win.
Oh, easily.
Ooh. I was rooting for Mia Yim and Shelton Benjamin since they fake hate each other. I thought it'd been a nice little run for them.
Maybe an Impact they can do that.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Woods versus LA Knight. Woods took the victory on that one. LA Knight said he's gonna fight Ray next week, so we'll get that. LA Knight versus Ray. Drew versus Sheamus. Pat, what's his name? The guy with the great haircut who runs SmackDown and Raw.
Oh, my boy, Adam Pearce.
Yeah, he basically made that a three-way match. I'm excited for that for Mania, and that'll play into promo school.
That's going to be huge.
Nice.
I'm very excited as well.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, the big thing was the ending here of the show. Do you think that Sami and KO are going to main event night one now?
Yeah,
I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
You got it.
I was going to ask, as a tag team against the Usos, or
Yes.
no, I still don't think so, because you still got to have a women main event on one of those nights.
Just make Mania 3 nights. Have it for women, men, and then have the tag team.
You can go you can watch all 3 nights.
Yeah. Even in Rhea's package, John Cena basically said, "Are you ready to main event WrestleMania or headline WrestleMania?" He said so. I think they're set on Rhea and Charlotte, especially with the big brawl that they usually do with like Brock Lesnar matches.
Yeah.
Here's a good pairing. Put Raquel and Ricochet together. I like that.
I take that. Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Maybe Ricochet can hit a shooting star press off her shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh God. Rhea and Pete, that would be really cool. I would actually root for that all the way. Speaking of which, did you already cover that he is probably going to get his name back?
No, but you can go ahead right now.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it. That's the news. Triple H is going to give him his name back, hopefully, very soon. He was going to do it as soon as Vince left, but the Brawling Brutes had too much momentum.
Yeah, I was going to say, I told Zach in the pre-show, this whole detour of Pete Dunne to Butch was just unnecessary. So I'm glad he's coming back. The Bruiserweight put on so many classics in NXT, NXT UK. So it's glad to see him get that moniker back.
Yeah.
And Noob, yeah, this worked, but I feel like this is a go-home kind of brawl. So now I don't know what they're going to do for the next 2 weeks between Rhea and Charlotte. And with Asuka doing a character change, I think something other than a brawl is worth doing with Asuka.
That's the thing too. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to, like, you're building up 2 women's title matches. Like, is it that hard to, like, do something different for both? Like, we're getting the same thing over and over. Like, we can't make up a story here.
See, this is why I get mad when if I had the Fickle alarm, I would raise it. You guys keep talking about TK only having, this man is giving you 1 women's match a night. He is giving you 1 golden moment. Would you rather have quality or quantity?
You keep bringing up TK, but my favorite promotion is Impact, where we have all the knockouts shining.
Well, here's a question from Steve. This is the storyline is main event worthy, with Triple H wants Rumble winners in there, title being the main thing. Do you agree, or do you like do you think you should go with the flow if you got 2 nights of Mania for a main event?
I agree, because it's Triple H, and when I think of Triple H, I think of, like, he is like a wrestler's wrestler. He went through the whole thing, and I feel like he loves the history of it. Like, the Rumble, that's the tradition. You should keep with it. So I get that. If it was for me, there just has to be a main event that pays off for this tag team, man. It'd be really cool. And I think if you have a tag team main event WrestleMania, you're going to attract some other tag teams to your division here.
That's true.
Some free agents, because, there's a new ceiling.
I think as long if they literally just stop promoting it as the winner goes to the main event, I'm fine with that. If they just say the winner goes to Mania, fine. I can live with them getting whatever spot. Also, I'm fine with the Usos and Kevin and Owens and Sami being the first match. Like, the opener is just as important as the finish.
How do you follow that, though? I don't know. I don't know if you can follow that.
whoever's in that second spot they're gonna have to take the bullet. It's like that's Omos and Brock. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, that is because then Brock will go.
That's a good decision. That's a really
It
good
is
decision.
because Brock will want to go home early anyways, so it's not a big deal. That's perfect actually.
Yeah.
Because they're probably going to have a Hell in a Cell open one of the nights because of the building of it, of the structure. So something's got to follow that, and that's just as big too.
I've never seen Hell in a Cell in person, so I'm hoping that's on night 2.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be very cool.
And hey, if Sami and KO don't main event, put them on night 2 as well, because I want to see that too, man. Put everything on night 2.
Just cancel night 1.
Yeah. Logan Paul is going to be on night 1 with Seth Rollins because he said that on his podcast, and that's his birthday. But anything else from SmackDown?
I'm going to miss my P boy.
Yep.
I would love to see Seth Rollins, though. I would love to see that.
Yeah. If you got any more comments on SmackDown, let us know. We're going to keep this rolling here. I do not have a Rampage graphic, Knock. Do you feel better now about not having an Impact one?
I mean, but you cover Rampage every week. It's the B show. What are we talking about with Impact here? Also, if you guys are in the chat, I can't watch Ring of Honor, but I do see the highlights there and some clips and pictures, man. It looks really cool. So let us know if you have Honor Club and what you guys think about it.
Yeah, Carnage says he gets Honor Club and pays for it. So I forgot to ask him on Friday night. But if you know how long it is, what you think of the setup and all that stuff, let us know because we're interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let us know why you punish yourself by watching Impact Wrestling, because I have some numbers you can call for help.
See, Steve gets it.
You put all the battle royals on night 1.
Night 1, just have that be the pre-show.
I just want to talk about this really quick on Rampage. Another 30-second squash match. I do believe they could have had Taya go through 2 other squash matches after Jade came out to just show how dominant she is, rather than this being another like less than a minute women's segment on AEW television. But that's what we got again. We got the most pointless. Credit to all 4 men. The most pointless match I've seen on television in months. 2.0 versus the Bollywood Boys.
Wow.
That took up so much time that they could have given to Taya Valkyrie and showcase her. But hey, what do I know?
Go ahead.
I just think I'm again, Bollywood Boys. Jeff Jarrett brought him into Impact Wrestling, GFW King. He was like he put the spotlight on them, and they eventually went on to WWE with Jinder Mahal. So I was cool seeing them. It's just you got to have more spots for the women. Bringing the Bollywood Boys, have a nice match, but also don't forget about your women.
Yeah, just because they're Canadian, they just put Canadians on just because they're in Canada, and they didn't even use Ethan Page, so it's not even like whatever.
Yeah, that's weird.
That was weird. Actually, that's a good point.
The women's thing, that's something that we talk about every week, even every day in our chat. So that's nothing changed. But Tony Khan has a weird thing where these people, yes, they can wrestle, and I feel bad saying this because this is gonna sound mean, but if they didn't do so hot in WWE, if they were like borderline jobbers in WWE, for some reason he's obsessed with picking them up and putting them on TV. I don't get it. What are you seeing in them?
Yeah. Hey, I've got your girlfriend from 3 girls ago. Whatever. All right, that's Rampage. It is what it is. Thank you everyone who sat through the last half an hour / 20 seconds of an NCAA game waiting for Rampage and sitting through Rampage very late, especially those on the East Coast. Carnage, Carlito, everyone who jumped in. Really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man.
WoW. I don't like to give away what goes on WoW because I see it first before it airs on like Pluto and other markets. All I got to say is I will tweet about this. This is a shot I took. Penelope Pink, I love what's going on with this faction. It's very well done. But in the name of 1993, what is going on with this TV and the 5 VCRs above it on the left?
Zach, let me explain this to you because you're too young to know this. Sometimes you got to record 5 programs at once. That's just how it is. All right. Nowadays, you kids have your Tubi and your Vimeo or whatever it is you kids use.
Bro, come on.
But back in the day, you'd have the Rugrats VCR in one, the cassette, and then you have to record the big game.
Don't get me started on Rugrats. Go to Paris.
Noob, very true. Two better women's promotions. Tony Khan better booker for women than AEW Tony Khan. I don't
Is
know
he?
because they're getting multiple matches on a show.
That's so okay. I mean, but to be fair, AEW is like his number one concern. ROH is like his side hoe.
That's so messed up.
All right, I'll make a tweet on this week for Wow Women of Wrestling. Very fun show again, but we'll see what they respond. That TV just gets me. Like, how do you have? That's one of those in the back. It just has a big three big things that are red, blue, and green in the back, and then project. It's a square. It's like
when you tweet it out, I got something for you, man. That's gonna be a surefire thing.
Okay, let me know. All right, let's get into some news and rumors. Let me know what you guys have because I got a big one for.
Eric, unless you got something, I got a few things.
I think we all might have the big one. Is it Mr. Richards involved?
Oh, go ahead and talk about that.
All right.
Let's say that one for.
All right, let's save it for last. All right.
Say that one for a bit.
Other thing that comes to mind is just Vince. I mean, it's just come out that Vince has tried to split the New Day repeatedly. We all knew that, like, there was talks about it, but apparently it was a lot more than we thought. That at one point he tried to split Xavier after he won King of the Ring because he said that's what a king would do. He tried to split after Kofi Mania. And what else was there?
Big
He
E.
made it.
He tried to split him up with Big E.
I mean, technically he did twice. I didn't remember the second time when they reunited for a second and then got drafted again to different shows.
That's so stupid after Kofi Mania. The Beatles are hot right now. Let's give Ringo a solo album.
He's the reason why for a minute we called them Xavier and Kofi instead of the New Day. Apparently he only wanted them called that if it's three of them to try and get the idea of the split over.
Oh, this works so good into promo school with banned words. Good job, Eric.
So yeah, just Vince is on the side of the internet trolls who wants a New Day to split and turn heel.
I told you, I think I said this in the podcast a few times ago when they were about to split. Like, I feel like he's just itching. Like, he just like has he's just like shaking, trying to like, oh, I gotta break him up. Oh, the wires still together. Oh, like I feel like, oh my goodness.
And there is one last thing. He also apparently, when he heard the fan reaction to Corbin and Kurt Angle, do you guys know what 2 words he had to say to the fans?
Shove it.
Fuck them. So they don't know what they want.
My thing is, what has Corbin done since?
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The biggest thing he did was become a bum.
Yeah. And they're still sharing clips of that. Like, that's his best work.
Yeah. Eric, you got any more? And then I'll get into these 2 chats and we'll hit up knock.
That's it. I'll have guys at the Richards thing, but that's later.
Okay. Mr. Alpar, Billy Starks is in Japan doing so good. She's all over the place, man. Good for her.
That's good.
And new with the NWA stuff here, there's nothing new, but the NWA Women's TV title tournament is getting close. Kenzie Page advanced to the NWA 312, and Natalia Markova just beat CJ in 1 move. And the last one, I got a bit of news that Markova is waiting for a contract deal since she's in per appearance deal with NWA. We talked about it on Friday. She needs to go somewhere else. She's bigger than NWA.
Just leave. She's got momentum.
She does. Knock, what do you got?
I got a few things here. Starting with Impact Wrestling. They'll be getting a huge debut soon. As Mercedes Moné on, she was in the Comic-Con panel with Leva Bates. She says she's never had a one-on-one match with Mickie James, but she would love to kick her ass, face her, and retire her, and send her back to the rodeo.
That's disgusting. Why? She's better than this. Who hurt her? Who hurt her enough that she's going to Impact?
Listen, man, it's gonna be some great stuff if we get that. And WWE 2K23 came out. Let us know what you guys think, because I'm still waiting to play that and Fight Forever. And then video game news. Resident Evil 4 remake, baby. It got a 10 out of 10. It's killing the reviews. So excited. Let's see what else is going on here. AEW's been doing their house shows lately. And from what Tony Khan's been posting, these house shows actually look really fun. The sold out crowds, looks like a lot of energy, a lot of different type of matches. So really cool stuff there.
Hell yeah.
and I know I'm missing something, but I'm gonna pass it to you, Zach, and then if it comes to me, I'll try to get back to it.
Let's hit Davey Richards first because I don't want to end on a downer.
Yeah. Davey Richards. So you guys might know this better than me. I didn't really look into it, but I heard he's getting canceled from a lot of different places. I know. Actually, I don't really know.
He canceled himself because he is denying all the allegations of abuse, and there's other stuff with cocaine use involved too. We talked about a lot on Friday. Carnage Rage is he's very knowledgeable about Davey Richards and stands by him. I think no matter what, he did the right thing. He said he didn't want to get other people involved and drag down the promotions or the events that he was scheduled for. Whatever happens, though, we'll keep up and try to figure out, Eric, if you got any more information on there, because a lot of sites aren't even covering this.
Main thing I saw was that, just like the case for a lot of other wrestlers, there's no charges filed against him. So this is really I don't want to say he said, she said thing. I mean, kind of is, because it wasn't. There's no investigation looking into this. But
Right.
like you said, he did. He was either pulled from shows by various promotions, or he himself is pulled out, and he's announced that he is officially retiring from pro wrestling. Sort of similar to Velveteen Dream, except even Velveteen, there was some. I think there were screenshots of messages or something. But yeah. So this is a tough one to go from. Like, you don't. There's really no way of saying if he's guilty or innocent.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if QTV reports the news on there. Yeah, we'll have to keep up with it. If anyone finds out anything, because again, like I said, a lot of places aren't covering this. If you can throw some comments in any of the episodes, we'll find them and read them. So
Yeah.
Did you know that he said the words "I'm canceling myself"? Did you see that, or did you just make that up yourself?
Oh, I just figured that's what he did. I didn't know that's what he said.
Oh yeah, he said, "So I'm again, no charges were filed, and I deny these allegations, but I must do what is right and not what I want. So I am canceling myself."
Huh? Okay. And I did not know he did a sex tape scandal either.
Neither did I.
Oh, did he really? Oh wow, that's
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff we don't really know yet. It's probably gonna come out. I'll say this: like, it is kind of crazy, kind of sad. Because I remember, he was a big guy in TNA, big guy in Ring of Honor, and he married Angelina Love. I think they have a kid together.
Mhm.
I know Angelina Love is getting remarried, but I didn't know. I didn't know things went so sour like that. I was shocked when I found out they split. So it's just crazy to me to see all this come out now.
Yeah.
just relationships between pro wrestlers just don't work.
No. Find a nice office manager and settle down. Apparently, Mox was bleeding at a house show. This guy cannot. He didn't bleed this week on Dynamite, so credit to him.
Like, God, was he a fucking vampire? Just drinks after the show? Just refills?
What are your thoughts on Muda being in the Hall of Fame? Do you think they'll show any of his All Japan or New Japan stuff?
Probably his match with Shinsuke he did and Noah.
Oh yeah.
If anything. But I think they should show the New Japan stuff. I feel like they've shown New Japan stuff before.
I think they will.
This will be an interesting tell to see how their relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. And apparently Enzo posted a video of how he snuck into WWE and he got fired. Oh, I saw that
real one.
Yep. All right. Box office news really quick. Shazam opened to a tepid 30.5 million. Scream 6 took in 17.5 million for second. Give me third place. Creed 3 with 15.3. 65, the Adam Driver dinosaur movie took in 5.8. Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania took in 4.1. That is the top 5. And if you could, knock saw Creed 3 on a scale of 1 to 5. On a scale of 1 to 5, what do you give Creed 3?
I'm gonna give it a solid like 3.8 out of 5. I really liked it. I thought Jonathan Majors, this dude's on a roll, man. He killed it, absolutely killed it. Great directorial debut for Michael B. Jordan as well. There's like something missing, but overall it was really good, and the boxing teams are really good as well.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan directed, so that's good on him.
Yeah, first time. I still think 2 was my favorite story, but Majors might have gave one of the best performances I think I've seen.
Nice.
Did you feel Rocky not being there, or?
Honestly, I'll be real with you, I kind of forgot. What's my boy's name from Remember the Titans? He's in a whole bunch of different shows. What's his name? He's in so many different things, but he's the guy who's also trains Adonis Creed. I thought he did a great job as well, being like that person, that coach.
Okay.
Okay, then.
That's what I thought these movies were supposed to do, kind of transition away from Rocky, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, no Batista. He is busy filming in another country, so he will not be in the Hall of Fame this year. All right. It is an NBC Universal tie-in, but Omos was on Watch What Happens Live. It is the Andy Cohen hosted Bravo show after the primetime shows. This is a big deal. So I'll get into the NBC stuff first. They had him on to showcase WrestleMania. They advertised it being shown on Peacock, the date and time for night 1 and night 2. Really nice guy. If they put him back in NXT, they can actually use him. I honestly feel after watching this, he doesn't need an MVP as a mouthpiece, and he shouldn't be this character that he is. He was really funny when Andy said, we had to readjust the lights for you because you're so tall. And when asked who he's facing, he said Brock Lesnar. Andy and the 2 other guests knew exactly who that was. So I get the pairing of putting 2 giants together for a non-wrestling audience and to sell.
I think my only problem with Omos, and this is my problem I have with every big guy that WWE signs, except for Braun until Braun starts sucking, is that there's a genuinely good big wrestler out there. Stop finding random big people and being like, okay, you're a wrestler now, and we're going to push you to the moon.
I agree.
Because he's great. He's a great guy. But
yeah. So the other big deal about this was the show that is number 2 in the weeks. This came after. There's something called the Scandival out there. I am just obsessed with this because I like shitty TV. Vanderpump Rules is number 2 in the ratings on Wednesday night. This is not a knock on AEW. It always fluctuates. It's number 11 at night. The show that Omos was on, featuring one of the Vanderpump Rules cast, is number 8. Number 8. This show does not crack the top 10. This talk show is now number 8 on cable of the night. So this is kind of a big deal for him to be on here. The Scandival thing is a cheating allegation against 2 of the castmates. So it's taking over TMZ, which I'm sure QTV will cover. But this was mentioned on Monday Night Raw with Maximum Male Models. If you didn't know what Maxine was referring to, this was it. He kind of gets this rub onto Omos now and to WrestleMania for being on this talk show. So I said good on WWE and NBC putting these 2 together.
Yeah, it worked out. It was successful.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be mad at that.
And if anyone wants to talk shitty TV, that's all I have.
Wrestling, yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's all I have for news and rumors. You guys like the AEW promotion of Shazam?
Quite frankly, the fact that I don't know, I blame Tony Khan for not doing so hot in the box office. The man had one job.
Wow.
He should rename 2 titles.
Hey, Jeff Jarrett did all he could, man. That's all he did. That's all he could.
Nah, I'm tired of this. Fuck Jeff Jarrett. Fuck Impact Wrestling. I'm
just think about this for a second, real quick. DC is in shambles, and they said, you know what? Who can save us? Who can help get some views for Shazam? Let's put Jeff Jarrett in the match.
Knock. I literally, I went to the doctor yesterday. I told him I went for a flu shot, and the man's wearing a mask, and he told me to turn and cough. I said, "What kind of doctor are you?" He takes off the mask. It's fucking Jeff Jarrett. The man had a piece of paper on the wall that said "doctor" spelled with a K. Jeff Jarrett is a con man.
Hey, you know, all that fake doctor nurse stuff, you know, it started in Florida, so I don't know, man.
Mr. Allpower, man, Eric, if you can make your hair go Super Saiyan, all right, that's it for news and rumors.
Oh, there is one more thing I actually just remembered. So knock up Mercedes Moné and put her in Impact of all places. But I think she is finished with her. Like right now, she doesn't have any more dates with Stardom / New Japan.
Oh shit!
I think she just got called out actually. Oh man, I just had the image, but someone just called her out for a match in April.
I mean, they might. I'm sure they have
you're right.
Give her another contract date, but I think she fulfilled her obligations for right now.
She was teasing Forbidden Door 2.
She was doing that as well.
Yeah, she better be there.
Call her up.
If she's not there, she failed. Anyone but Saraya. I don't think they go that route. Don't give us a WWE match. Don't cheat.
I wouldn't mind seeing that for like the build if they had like a little tag team match on the build to because they do a lot of matches to build to Forbidden Door. But Saraya versus I think Hikaru Shida or Jamie Hayter is my top two.
Okay.
I think it's the best matches you can put together.
Yeah.
I think Ember Moon wanted her, or not Ember Moon, Athena. I wouldn't mind it, but I think I want to see something new, something fresh.
I don't think that'll happen in Forbidden Door.
Yeah. It'd have to be someone AEW original. Just because I've spoken to a couple people who really believe that like AEW doesn't have any homegrown, like they rely on WWE people too much. So I think they do need to put more AEW grown people in there.
I mean,
I think this is the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I think it is. I think Hayter's cooled down just a little bit from where she first got the belt, but she's still like good enough to like have. She's gonna put a banger on a match with Mercedes Moné. They might steal the year if they put through that match.
And no offense to Jade, Jade has to like really the women of Stardom are I don't think it will work well with Jade.
I think I would still take that chance because to give her the experience.
Oh, that's true.
How many years did it take Bianca to like hit that next level?
2017 she was in the first Mae Young, and I think she didn't really hit till 2 years after that. 2019, maybe 2020. I'll say 2019 because she was in NXT at that point.
I still think we got to give Jade some time. I think she's still fresh.
Well, if we give her some opponents, not squash matches.
Yeah.
TK is hurting her more than he's helping. Like Daniel Bryan can only do so much, or Bryan Danielson.
She should be on every one of these house show rules matches and getting some reps there as well.
100%. If you're learning to drive, you can only fuck around in an empty parking lot so many times.
Exactly.
SCW poses a great question: if Jade gets the match at Monet, who wins? Because I mean, if there's anyone to end Jade's streak, I think it would be Mercedes. I think it'd be a good match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. And I mean, if it's Forbidden Door, do you count that as an AEW record? Like how lights out matches don't count?
I think you can still count it, but kind of forget about it. Like they forgot about their ranking system. When was the last time we heard about the ranking system?
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah. So I
think
think
about that every week. That sucks.
I think they can kind of forget about it.
Yeah. And you could add that to Jade's character. Like her first loss, she just goes fucking crazy. Like
that's what we're missing.
Aggressive.
We're missing that next layer of her character.
Yeah. I really like that, Eric. I would love to see a big dominant person go nuts like that, and she can pull it off. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. I was gonna see Jade Hulk out, but you can't do Marvel characters. Can't even reference that. No mention of Marvel. It doesn't exist. You were telling me that she's supposed to do like a Black Panther inspired gear, but she had to switch to the Thundercats because they vetoed it or something.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad she did Thundercats. So
yeah, I am too. Like it was whoever came up with that swerve was a good idea. That was really good.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got.
All right. That's news and rumors. I don't think we ended on a bad note. But yeah, like I said, next week I'm gonna start up the West Coast Pop 10 on the podcast. So throughout the week, if you guys have any of your best things from any promotion, send us our way, and I'm gonna put together a top 10 of the week. Starting in the podcast next week. We got champions videos coming out. The Big E one just dropped. I'm working on Bailey coming out this week, so definitely keep it out for that. We're just waiting to find time to record some more tier lists, but we promise we'll be getting those out for you guys soon, man. We're very excited for that. Eric, you got anything else coming up this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to have some get some videos in the works. Hopefully, have something out for you guys. I'm gonna see. Maybe I'll buy 2K23. I didn't realize it came out. I saw videos about it, and for some reason, I didn't register that it came out today or whatever.
I saw videos, and then 2K23, the Twitter was giving out free codes, and I missed both their drops.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get the Seaweed Part 2. Triton will make his wet comeback.
Jesus.
But yeah, make sure
don't hashtag that.
Hashtag wet and back, wet all over, flop in the chat, flop. And yeah, be sure to subscribe. And I promise you guys, next week we won't have any Impact talk. We're gonna get rid of that shit.
Yeah, and then Zach, of course, with your streams. What you got? Anything else coming up this week?
No, there's going to be no Rampage this week. I'm not sticking around to wait for another NCAA game to get done on a Saturday night, even later. So there's no Rampage this week, but it'll be back WrestleMania weekend.
Yes,
DC's
man.
Warner Bros. Discovers they want Chicago DC characters. I don't think she wants to do DC characters, and I don't care if it's a spoiler or not. The movie's out. Why? Even the director said, "What the hell is this?" After he saw it on TV. Why are you putting the spoiler of putting Wonder Woman in your movie in your TV commercial before the movie comes out?
Yeah.
I tried so hard to. I don't even care about Shazam that much, but I was like, in case I do see this, I wanted to be surprised. I found out about her so many ways. They just did not care.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I just don't get it, man. DC is really disappointing me. We'll save it for another video. We'll talk about it another time. Maybe I'll make a video about it. But
yeah,
they break my heart every time they announce something. But we're supposed to end news and rumors on a good note.
Yeah, we won't talk about the Kill the Justice.
Let's talk about Ezra Miller.
Resident Evil 4 remake out of 10, man. All right, we're ending on a good note. Next segment on the list, of course. I think is it time for the main event? Is it?
Let's
anything
do it.
else?
Let's
All right.
say that.
The moment you all been waiting for. It is time for the main event of the evening. Zach, take it away with promo school.
All right, on promo school today, we are covering the list that Vince McMahon has that came out this week of words that were banned. So I have these in 3 categories. If the chats are still hot right now, I'd like for you to assign each 3 of us a member of the 3-way Intercontinental Championship match. And we will do a promo as one of those. I'm going to butcher whichever accent you give me. Whoever gets first does the top ones. Second does the left, and third does the right. We're just going to cut a promo, and you just have to hit each word in your promo. So this is going to be a promo using the banned words that were released this week that Vince McMahon had banned in WWE.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. These are the words. There's a couple other versions of this out there, but these are the ones that were released by the former writer that really tweeted it out this week.
I think you just gotta jump right into it, I guess.
Knock, who are you going to be, and which one do you want?
Do you guys have any preference? I think I got.
Oh no, do whatever.
I'll go with the bottom right.
Okay, and then which IC person do you want to be? Gunther, Sheamus, or Drew?
I'll be Drew.
Okay. Eric, you?
I guess I will be Sheamus.
Okay.
And take the bottom left.
Don't count me for an accent, though.
All right. You're Drew?
Yes.
Knock? Okay, I'm Gunther. Okay. Knock, if you want to kick it off. And then we'll go me, and then we'll go Eric.
So I'll just go through my whole list.
Just go through your list, make
All
a
right.
promo using those words in order.
So I see Sheamus out here calling me a backstabber, calling Gunther a fraud, and I'm about to fight both of these it's just stupid to me. I'm about to fight both of these guys at WrestleMania. I'm gonna bring the violence. I'm gonna avenge and bring the revenge for Impact Wrestling. I'm a former Impact World Champion, and yes, Impact is on national television. I won my match not by DQ, but clean in the ring. So when I bring to you Impact Wrestling, I'm gonna have the highest of spots. Because Impact has all the girls, the knockouts.
Ew.
Drew McIntyre. Drew from Scotland. Eric, I'm looking at you. I know I'm supposed to be looking at Sheamus, but I'm looking at you, Eric. Drew from Scotland with my big sword is going to finish you.
So what's wrong with this promo?
First off, that was the worst Drew McIntyre accent I've ever fucking heard.
I told you don't count me for an accent.
All right, we got to get this train rolling. Okay, I'll go. Okay, Gunther. All right, you two assailants have gone back and forth for my belt. I'm going to slap your titties so much there'll be blood coming out of them. Then I'm going to choke you like crazy and call you two fake champions at WrestleMania. That's simple.
Okay. You fellas are talking about all kinds of stupid shite. Here we go once again with Gunther over here talking about slapping titties. Just last week I saw you slapping titties, mate. And then Drew, this idiot's having a stroke talking about Impact. I was supposed to be the number 1 contender. I was supposed to take the strap. But now I'm going to kill you. It's going to be murder. I'm going to go to jail for killing you. And then I'm going to go to hell. I hate you. I hate this feud. I hate Impact. I hate the UK for what they've done to my motherland. For those of you who don't know, the UK have screwed up Ireland. That's a bit of history facts for you in current day politics. But I'm going to win at WrestleMania. And that's it. And subscribe to Celtic Warrior workouts.
All right. That is it. That is Purple Skull. Thank you for doing it. Knock. Got to work on that Drew accent.
Yeah. Oh man, but thanks for everyone jumping in the chat. This is a really good episode here. A lot coming for you guys this week, man. Champions videos coming out every week. We're gonna find a time to record those tier lists. I promise you guys that. We have some big ones cooking up for you guys. WrestleMania weekend is coming up. Eric, any final words?
Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon. We already passed 1,000, but don't you want to be the cool hip cat who puts us at 1,001? Don't you want to be the one who walks into the elevator at the last second? You're not cramped. You're not in that fart space. You are at the door. You will be the first one to leave. Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Keep checking in with your boys. Thank you all for supporting. Zach, where can they find us?
They can find us getting better internet connection for next week. We promise, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. Have a great rest of your day.
Peace out, y'all.
Stay floppy.
Impact Wrestling.
So